don't want anything to happen to, anybody in here. So they said that if this keeps going on, negative things might happen.
They have to warn us.
What does that mean? They're going to arrest us?
They're going to come out in jail.
So someone wants to come out and address you guys, okay? So
Let's just all sit down and
Not arrest us for free speech. Oh no.
Whoever comes out, let them speak.
Yes, no interruptions.
And then
Answer the document discrepancy. Document discrepancy explained, please.
we've got the press here. Don't arrest us. You'll be in the newspaper.
They're going to take us all down.
SUNY New Paltz, arresting students for free speech.
They owe an explanation to several thousand people here, the students.
Yes. Woo.
oh boy.
All right, so take a seat. We're gonna wait.
All I can think of is how this all started was with fucking Julia Butterfly Hill. Just like climbing the tree, yo. Climbing the hab. Yo, everybody should be proud of themselves to come up here and address your administration. These are our dollars that pay for their salaries. They're our parents' hardworking tax dollars that pay for their salaries. And we have every right to be here right now. Good job.
Okay.
What respect?
So I don't want to turn it off because I don't know when they're gonna come out. Can't freaking pause it.
Yeah, I don't have that much space left.
Four officers.
You guys want to go downstairs to the lobby where it's not so hot? I'll be happy to sit down there with you. We can sit here. I don't really care. It's just my
Right here.
I'm not sure exactly what your questions are, but I know that the questions that you had that were conveyed through your student leaders in there were answered to the best of the administration's ability. There are questions pertaining specifically to a court case that we cannot answer in terms of how that's going to come out, in terms of what was said, in terms of the allegations that were made, anything specific to that court case. We've been advised by the Attorney General, because it's under litigation, that we can't comment. So there's not going to be comments on that specific case.
What about the comments that were recorded by Professor Peter Kaufman that you had said, and Poskanzer had said, that you wanted to expel these students and that they were controversial anarchists?
Peter Kaufman.
Peter Brown. He testified
It's
that
a specific statement in the court case, and it'll be answered when the court case is dealt with. Can't be commented on right now. Anything specific to that court case isn't going to be commented on. You guys just have to understand it's under litigation.
Will it just not be commented to us, or will it be commented to other faculty members, or just nobody in general?
It's under current litigation right now.
What about the waiver? It was heard that on July 28th, administration spoke candidly at a secret breakfast meeting with members of the faculty, including Kevin Caskey, David Hobby, Jeff Miller, and John Sharp, and it acknowledged that FERPA rights have been waived on July 28th.
I again cannot comment on specifics to the court case. I mean,
You're going to have to answer it anyway, eventually, when you get sued in court.
I think eventually, when it goes through the court system, it will be answered, and I think that's what we're all going to have to wait on. Nobody knows what the decisions are that are going to be reached, and I'm simply saying that at this point we're under advice from the Attorney General's office that we can't comment on any current litigation. It's not trying to be evasive. It's following the instructions of the Attorney General. The case is in federal court, and I think we're all going to get the answers when it moves through the courts. we'll get them when you get them. We're not going to get them before you do. A judge is going to hear that case or move it to an appropriate venue, whatever that judge decides. And at that point, I think we're all going to have some answers. Julia.
Will you let them back on campus then?
When they serve out the terms of their judicial sanction,
What exactly was RJ's term? Because he was suspended, but not for a specific time period.
its suspension is 1 year.
Bring him back. Will they be able
Julia,
to
did
regain
you
their
have a
positions
question?
of president and vice president when they return to campus?
Well, there'll be new elections. If they serve out their term, there'll be new elections.
They were elected already and they weren't able to take office. Don't you think that's infringing on our democratic rights?
I think that in this particular case, what happened was that there were charges filed and sanctions came about, and I don't think that really plays into the democratic election. This plays into what the judicial sanctions against individuals were, regardless of the positions that they held. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask a question and ask you, kind of like how you would feel if any of us were one of your kids, and like we have to look at this country right now in which our civil liberties are really being jeopardized, and I think that most people here feel threatened by the actions that the administration has taken against two students who, really mean no harm. And, I think that all of us here are just really upset with the state of our country, and that our school is really mirroring that same kind of state in which our rights and our democracy really aren't respected. And, just to think about that, because I think that all too often, people, yourself and other people in the administration and in power, you're so set on this being a business model and that the school needs to make money and that people that are outside of the box, we really don't need them in the system. And, just basically that...
Your judgments in there, Julia, and that's not who I am. I can't speak for any of the other people, but that's not how I see any of the students.
That's certainly not how I see this campus.
How do you see
I've been here for 26 years, and I don't see the fundamental changes that you're alluding to.
Are we honestly to believe that their expulsion has nothing to do with the elections?
I didn't bring any of the charges. The administration didn't bring any of the charges. There were charges filed by an individual on campus. There were charges filed by the police for an investigation that they had run. But the administration doesn't bring judicial charges. And the administration doesn't hear the judicial charges. That would make us the judge and jury. The way that it's set up, we facilitate the judicial process, just as if one of you wanted to bring a charge against somebody. We verify that an allegation's been made. We find out where in the code of conduct it says that behavior can't occur, and we set up a panel to hear it. We don't play a role in that. So when you say the administration, I'm an administrator. I didn't bring a charge. I wasn't part of the hearing. I didn't make a decision. That would be an unfair process, and I wouldn't want to be a part of that.
So how do we change the judicial process?
I understand you can't comment on the actual case itself.
Right.
Personally, do you feel that justice was served in a situation
I got
where
bagels.
the two students found guilty on this campus of threatening the health and safety of a faculty member?